Debunking Myths, Brain-Based Games. About. Introduction. Have you ever searched for a quick fix to increase your IQ score through the use of different brain-based games? It is likely that you've browsed through smartphone applications that offer the most latest and so-called best ways to increase your IQ scores. In this presentation, we will debunk the myth of these games. Overview. Brain-based games. Many believe that there are great benefits in using brain-based games and how they help increase personal IQ scores with daily use. These games have been designed to sharpen people's mental accuracy while offering scientifically proven means to improve IQ scores. There have been recent studies questioning the accuracy of these improvements in IQ scores by the use of cognitive games. So the question is, are these games really improving scores by training the brain through enhancement games, or is it just the placebo effect? How we learn. How we learn connection. In Chapter 9 of How We Learn, Carrie talks about a study done by Philip Kilman and the use of perceptual learning modules. Kilman was an expert in visual perception. His study is closely related to the brain-based games. He created a PLM in which was very similar to video games, where students had to quickly decide what each of the 6 dials on the airplane panel displayed. Brain-based games and apps are very much the same in the aspects in which the individual must process and solve tasks to improve IQ scores and increase mental recall. Research. The research. Daniel Simmons and his team from the University of Illinois conducted 2 years' worth of research analyzing over 374 scientific papers provided by brain training companies to support their use of brain-based games and applications. They found that people got better at playing games, but there was no convincing sign that these improvements transferred to general and mental skills or everyday life. According to Science and Tech, there are new studies that any benefits from the brain-based games may be down to the placebo effect. Brain training companies argue that Simmons' research is biased, in the regards that their research team twisted the studies to fit their theories that cognitive training cannot work, and that this is what happens when one paradigm topples another. Cognitive learning. Cognitive learning. The use of criterion tasks are aspects of most brain-based games and how they link standard measures of memory, including free recall, clue recall, fill in the blank, associative match, and multiple choice test. The placebo effect in cognitive learning is linked to most brain-based games, in the sense that if a person believes the game will benefit them, then they will. Conclusion. There is still a lot of unsolidified research to be done with cognitive learning, higher IQ scores, brain-based games, and their connections to one another. I have to admit that I was one of the many individuals that was sucked into the billion-dollar industry of brain-based games. I truly believe that most of my results were significantly affected by the placebo effect, but many can argue that it is not the case. Only time will tell if there are any significant benefits to brain-based games. References.